Welcome back today. In this video, we are diving into the top 2 most valuable Canada 1-cent coins that collectors highly prize. While the Canadian 1-cent coin may seem ordinary, certain years, mint marks, and conditions have turned some of them into rare treasures worth far more than their face value. Let's explore their history, unique details, and why they command big dollars in the auction market. Let's get started. First up, the Canada 1-cent coin from 1963, specifically in circulation condition. While at first glance this coin may seem common, many collectors are surprised to learn that its age, history, and unique market trends make it a piece worth discussing. In this video, we'll cover the coin's history, its design features, rarity when damaged, its market value in dollars, and provide helpful tips for collectors who want to add it to their collection. The Canada 1-cent coin from 1963 belongs to an era of Canadian coinage that carried significant historical weight. At the time, Queen Elizabeth II was on the throne, having begun her reign in 1952. The 1963 cent was minted at the Royal Canadian Mint in Ottawa, and it was struck in bronze, composed of 98% copper, with small amounts of tin and zinc. This year's coin was part of the first portrait series of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Mary Gillick, which depicted the young monarch without a crown. For many Canadians, this coin circulated widely in everyday transactions, from buying groceries to paying for bus fare. It is a true snapshot of Canada's economic life during the early 1960s. The 1963 Canadian cent has several features that make it instantly recognizable. On the obverse, you'll find the youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, facing right, designed by Mary Gillick. This portrait remained on Canadian coins from 1953 until 1964. On the reverse, designed by G.E. Kruger Gray, are 2 maple leaves attached to a twig, symbolizing Canada's identity and natural heritage. The date 1963 sits at the bottom, while the word Canada is placed above. This simple yet elegant design is one of the most iconic in Canadian numismatics, and the use of the maple leaf makes it a patriotic emblem as well. In terms of mintage, over 279 million Canada 1-cent coins were struck in 1963, meaning the coin itself is not rare when compared to other Canadian cents. However, what becomes interesting is the coin's condition. Circulated and damaged examples are far more common than those in pristine mint state. Many coins from this period exhibit scratches, dents, heavy wear, or discoloration due to being in circulation for decades. While damaged coins are generally less desirable to advanced collectors, there remains a demand among beginner collectors, history enthusiasts, and those who want affordable entry-level pieces. Some collectors specifically seek out circulated or worn coins because they tell a story of everyday life, bearing the marks of countless hands and pockets from over half a century ago. When it comes to value, the 1963 Canadian cent in circulated condition is generally not considered highly valuable, but it does have a steady presence in the coin market. Most circulated pieces sell for anywhere between 10 cents to 50 cents depending on the level of wear, with average condition coins leaning closer to the lower end. Damaged or heavily worn coins often bring in little more than face value, especially when sold in bulk. However, auction markets occasionally see higher sales for rolls of 1963 cents or for pieces that may have interesting toning or errors. Collectors looking for uncirculated examples will pay significantly more, sometimes in the $125,000 range, and rare varieties, such as double-die errors, can fetch even higher amounts. This demonstrates that while common circulated examples are not rare, there is still a niche demand for them, particularly when bundled in groups or paired with other coins from the early 1960s. For collectors interested in the 1963 Canadian cent, there are a few strategies to keep in mind. First, examine coins carefully for varieties or minting errors, as these can dramatically increase the value. Look for die cracks, doubling, or unusual misstrikes. Second, consider the condition carefully. While circulated coins are affordable, investing in higher-grade examples will give your collection stronger long-term value. Third, if you enjoy history, don't overlook circulated or even damaged pieces. They can be budget-friendly and still add character to a collection. Lastly, if you plan to sell, it's often best to sell in bulk or as part of a year set, since individual circulated coins tend to have low value when sold alone. The Canada 1-cent coin of 1963 may not be the rarest or most valuable coin in Canadian history, but it certainly holds an important place in the story of Canadian numismatics. With its classic maple leaf design, its connection to the early reign of Queen Elizabeth II, and its accessibility to collectors of all levels, this coin remains a favorite among enthusiasts. While circulated and damaged examples won't make you rich, they are an affordable and charming way to own a little piece of Canada's past. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone just starting out, the 1963 Canadian cent is a coin worth understanding and appreciating. Next up, the Canada 1 cent coin from 1998 in circulated fine condition. While at first glance, this coin may seem like just another modern penny, it actually carries an interesting story, with value that can fluctuate depending on collector demand, auction results, and condition. We'll walk through its history, its unique features, its rarity, how collectors view damaged or worn pieces, and of course, its current market value in dollars. If you're curious about whether that 1998 Canadian penny sitting in your drawer could be worth more than face value, this video is for you. The Canadian 1 cent coin has a long history, dating back to 1858, and for many decades, it was the smallest denomination in circulation. The 1998 issue came near the end of the cent's journey, as the Royal Canadian Mint officially stopped minting pennies in 2012. The 1998 coin was struck during Queen Elizabeth II's reign, featuring her effigy on the obverse, designed by artist Dora de Pedera Hunt, which was used from 1990 through 2003. On the reverse, Canadians will recognize the iconic maple leaf twig design, originally created by George Kruger Gray in 1937. This design became symbolic of Canada itself, a reminder of the nation's natural beauty and identity. While over 1 billion pennies were minted in 1998, their presence today is shrinking, as more people have hoarded or recycled them since the discontinuation of the penny. The 1998 Canada 1 cent coin was struck in copper-plated zinc, following the change from bronze alloy coins earlier in the decade. This shift in metal composition is an important detail for collectors because it marked the mint's effort to reduce production costs. The obverse features Queen Elizabeth II facing right, with a Latin inscription Elizabeth II de Aegea Regina, meaning Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen. The reverse displays the classic maple twig with 2 leaves, accompanied by the word Canada, the date 1998, and the denomination 1 cent. Although the design is simple, the combination of copper plating and zinc core often leads to discoloration or spotting over time, making well-preserved examples more attractive to collectors. In terms of rarity, the 1998 1 cent coin is generally considered common. However, collector demand tells a more nuanced story. While pristine, uncirculated examples can attract attention, circulated and damaged pieces are usually less sought after. In fine condition, a 1998 penny typically shows moderate wear but still retains clear details on both the Queen's portrait and the maple leaves. Heavy scratches, corrosion, or bending lower the desirability even further. That said, there are niche collectors who enjoy assembling year sets of Canadian pennies regardless of condition, and some hobbyists even seek worn examples for jewelry or crafts. What makes certain 1998 pennies more desirable is the occasional mint error such as off-center strikes, die cracks, or plating flaws. These error coins, even when damaged, can fetch considerably higher prices at auction because of their uniqueness. Now let's talk about what most collectors really want to know: the value. In circulated fine condition, the 1998 Canadian 1 cent typically trades at face value or slightly above, often between $734,000 in bulk sales. Individual sales of damaged or heavily worn coins rarely exceed a few cents, since they are still relatively easy to find. However, coins in pristine uncirculated condition, especially those with brilliant red luster or certified by grading services, can bring in $621,000, depending on the buyer. Error coins, or those with unusual toning, sometimes cross the $423,000 mark, especially if they stand out in online auctions. While the base value remains low for circulated examples, it's worth noting that the Canadian penny as a discontinued denomination continues to attract curiosity, and this could slowly boost long-term collector interest. If you're thinking of collecting 1998 Canadian cents, here are a few helpful tips. First, always check your coins for mint errors, because these are the main drivers of higher value. Second, pay attention to condition. Even slight differences between fine and very fine grades can make your coin more appealing. Third, consider storing your pennies in coin flips or albums to prevent further wear, especially since copper-plated zinc coins can corrode easily. For those interested in future value, focus on building a complete Canadian cent collection spanning different monarchs and metal compositions, as these sets often sell for more than individual coins. Finally, keep an eye on auction results, since certain pieces with unique qualities can sometimes surprise collectors with higher than expected prices. To sum it up, the Canada 1 cent coin from 1998 in circulated fine condition is generally common, with modest value in today's market. While most examples trade only slightly above face value, they carry historical significance as part of Canada's iconic penny series, which ended in 2012. Collectors value them more in higher grades, and rare mint errors can push prices much higher at auctions. Whether you're holding on to a few as keepsakes or building a serious collection, these coins remain an accessible and affordable entry point into the world of numismatics. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into the world of coins and collectibles.